We wanted to reach out as broadly as possible to bring in young women in particular with skills and visibility in society. And we reckoned they did not come any better than Mayor Kenewendo, who is BDP as far as we know, and we wanted to bring her in because of her attributes. We also considered youth, and when I said youth to those I spoke to, I said, give me a very young person, give me somebody in the 20s, early 20s, 21, 22, and we ultimately settled on Lesego Chombo.
Was it the right time to appoint Lesego Chombo? Was it the right time?
Yes, I think it was. She's young, she's visible in society. So it was I think a very good appointment, which was well received both by our members, and I think the whole country will be happy to have her. And then of course we had to look at increasing the number of women. Brought in Fela Mokoka, who did exceedingly well in the constituency. And then we brought in a young medical doctor. Ragaulati and I agreed that we needed a medical doctor in Parliament. And we settled for a young, dynamic, excellent professional in the person of Dr. Stephen Modise, who is a medical doctor and who is a lecturer in medicine in the Caribbean. So he's here now. He will probably not be going back to the Caribbean. And then we brought in a further calming influence in the person of Remweti Mohasa. And then we brought in a veteran Major General Mukhar. So these are the considerations. We had only 6 positions to fill, and we did as we could. The phase we are in, it's difficult to disagree. It's very difficult to disagree. So it looks like everything is falling into place. Things are gelling. People are very happy, and so you tend to get consensus fairly quickly on issues. I hope it stays like that to the end.
Tsawolo se se diragetse maetso ke sentse nako e ntsi ka ke spende nako e ntsi ke lwela gore go ntse party ya domkara ga mopuso ene e tswa ka nako e leng gore le tautona na bona go siame gore le nna nka nna bangwa ba ba dira mela ba lehatshele. So this is a new beginning, not just for a new chapter, not just for me, but for Roto le Batswana, because since and se ga bile re sa kgona gore re ntse maikutlo a rona ke sena platform ya gore ke express gore ka developer ga se la rona jang gape go sena platform e Batswana ba ka express ba go lesegile. It's our everybody mo le mongwe gompieno. It's a new beginning for everyone, and we have to be happy. But it's important that we have to jealously guard and protect se leng gore se achieve up to now. Se se re achieve ke jaaka ke bua ke gore batho ba bone botshelo jo botoka go nne government o le etsang go na le government o lerato yo batlang gore a iketumetse batho mme se iketumetse batho hela a reetsa. So that is very much important, and I wish modimo ta thusa gore se ke tse di retsa gore diragale di kgonagale mo botshelong jwa motho mo e ke rumileng for the next 5 years.
I am very humbled. I'm very honored to have even been, considered, nominated. Now to actually be voted for, it's very humbling. But most importantly, like you said, it's an issue of diversity. I think all of us as young people, myself included, have been longing to see a young person in parliament. When I said that even this past weekend to my family, I didn't even mean myself. But I'm so grateful that I get to be the change that I've been longing to see. This is why I'm excited for the opportunity. But most importantly, in general, I believe in service. It's something that I do through my legal practice. It's something that I do through the Lesego Chombo Foundation, the Genesis Project. I'm a big philanthropist. So above all else, matshelo a Batswana ke a beetse ko pele. And that's what I look forward to doing the most. I believe that all of our diverse attributes can coexist. I don't have to pick to just be an attorney when I'm in parliament, or just a creative, or just a young person. All of these things put together add value. All of these things represent various Botswana from different walks of life. So I intend to bring every single aspect of myself, knowing that it represents different Botswana from different walks of life. I keep saying this, I've had an opportunity to live as a day-to-day ordinary young Botswana. At the same time, I've had an opportunity through Miss Botswana and Miss World Africa to also live as a, and I say this very cautiously, high-profile young person. So I trust that I have the capacity and the capability to represent different young people from all walks of life, and that needs me to apply myself holistically. You know, first thing, you're in leadership. That's the first thing. I'm grateful that I get to be one of the first today, but I still aspire to see more young people in leadership. And leadership doesn't just speak to parliament. It speaks to having positions of influence and power in the private sector. It speaks to being given different opportunities in our workplaces, in different spaces. So I bring in that desire and that voice for young people to be given more room and space. And I'm grateful for the opportunity changing to have more young people as leaders. That's the first thing. And secondly, I am a firm believer in creating a conducive environment for children. For children, right now we speak of so many things that young people need to unlearn. And one thing that I aspire for our future new Botswana is not for us to unlearn things, but for us to have that culture ready-made right now for bana ba eleng gore ba banyane. And most importantly, entrepreneurship, economic development. We do not want poverty. Not for ourselves, not for our parents, not for our grandparents, and most certainly not for our future children and our future generation. So it's very important to talk about how we're going to create a sustainable environment to capacitate not just young people, but the entire country, to make sure that we're all equally adding value to our economy and making our lives better.
Maybe just a quick one. You are the youngest, as it were, youngest member of parliament Botswana has seen. And of course, what does that feel like?
It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm still feeling very numb. Every time someone says, "How old are you?" I say, "You should ask how young I am." I am very young. But like I'm saying, this is the change that we aspire to see. Botswana, gaona bagolo hela kana middle-aged people. We have so many young people. And I believe that it's important to have a very young person represent those young people. I'm not just representing 26-year-olds and 35-year-olds. I'm also representing 16-year-olds. And I'm thinking, who else if not me? I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
It's very exciting to be part of the 13th Parliament. It's exciting to be back. I am very grateful for this opportunity to be able to serve my country again in this capacity, and for the President to have invited me to be part of this national project, as he called it, of the Second Republic. And I'm just as invigorated as everybody is feeling at this moment.
And we're looking at the issue of inclusion or diversity in this 13th Parliament. It's something that really comes out, and being a woman, being especially elected, having the background that you have politically and economically and business-wise in so many aspects. And of course, you represent even an international organization. What are you bringing in to this 13th Parliament that Botswana's 2.4 million plus population can expect?
Well, there is a lot. I bring my experiences, I bring my networks, and I bring my passion and my heart, most importantly. And I think all I can say is, I just want to work to my utmost best and give the best that I can to this country, to this project, to the President, as he has, decided that I should be part of this project. And we commit to Botswana because they have clearly said that they also want change. So what does that change look like? And so all of the many experiences that I have and the networks that I have will work towards bringing that dream to life.
And talking about bringing that dream to life, women form a significant fraction of Botswana's population, and having a significant representation of women in influential positions is also critical to driving development. What does that look like for you, being in a parliament that sort of promotes that?
Well, you know, it is very exciting because when you hear about the constitution of particularly the specially elected, having young people, having a perspective of nation building, it really gives you that hope that even the issues of women agency, women economic empowerment in Parliament will continue to be a priority in discussion. And you'll recall that when last I was in Parliament, these were some of the issues of women's protection and children protection rights, children's rights and their protection that I spoke quite strongly about. And I am hoping with this many amazing women that are in Parliament and men that are very clearly in support of women, that will be able to really articulate those issues, but not only articulate them, but really give them priority and attend to them, so that we can see the development permeate into the furthest corners of Botswana. Because as you know, when you empower a woman, you empower a nation, you empower a village, and so forth. So I am really hoping that that is something that we'll work on. Everybody is very impressed with the democracy prevailing in Botswana and the very successful transition of power that's happened in Botswana, and it could serve as obviously inspiration to many others. And it's just been really good to hear how wonderfully everybody is speaking about this great nation of ours, and we hope that we can build out of that goodwill that has been generated to yield more interest beyond just our democracy, but into our economy and others.
And maybe just, this is obviously a very a question that Botswana's young population would probably ask in terms of what can they expect in terms of this new dawn for Botswana, looking at the 13th Parliament and, of course, all its respective members of Parliament?
I believe that the President and the Vice President, they have been articulating these issues quite well in the last couple of days, and all I can do is echo them that this 13th Parliament will be working towards the ambitions that they have clearly set out for, and that they have shared quite so strongly and so boldly, and we cannot ignore how strongly those ambitions have been set out. And so the President has been saying in the last couple of days, and all I can do is echo those.